Hello and welcome everybody to Tinker's Lab Survival Edition. This is going to be insane, not Nightmare, because Nightmare is ridiculously brutal and my stats aren't that good anymore. So basically my summoner stats are a little bit low. You're definitely going to want a little bit more HP for those walls at the minimum. The buff beam range, you don't want it to be too huge. There's the lag issues with the auras, but that's okay. Definitely you'll want your EV to be a little bit better than mine. As for the monk, these are some pretty damn good stats. Again, make sure your aura range isn't getting too big, or else shrink them if they're getting too big, otherwise you'll lag out. My traps, my harpoons, there you go, pretty decent stats there. And then if we look at the traps, I've only got the one proximity mine if I remember correctly, so that's all that's there. And then my summoner, obviously quite weak. You'll definitely want a better summoner than this. I've been having a lot of troubles and I don't think I'm going to survive yet again. So anyways, we'll be showing you the build, guys, as I run through and kind of upgrade things, get ready. So of course, when you're doing the late wave start like this, you're going to want to make sure upgrades are done in the right order. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade my strength drain ores a bit, just to make them just that much strong, so that they prevent that much more damage. Okay, I'm going to be upgrading the buff beams as well. So okay, over here I'm now at the southeast crystal, as you can see. Southeast crystal, we've got a 3DU wall right here. The reason why it's sticking out at this funny angle here is trying to prevent ogre clubs from standing right here, clubbing away at the wall and hitting the crystal accidentally. And, you know, it doesn't have to come in that sharp here, but whatever. We've got the buff beam that we've now got a harpoon on. The harpoon can shoot right about there, and it can just barely also catch the corner here to get the ogres that are right here. And I've also measured this distance out here so that ogre clubs can't get the mage minion. I've definitely had some problems with ogres coming here to attack this archer and hitting the crystal because they've got really long club swings, so haven't quite figured out a perfect solution for that yet. Obviously, one thing that we can always do, if I'm still having lots of problems, what you can do to modify the build is put a physical wall here, kind of like on the other side, put a single buff beam in between the two physical walls, and then you can build your harpoon and your minions in the middle here, and that way it's not really something near the crystal that they'll be attacking. So as you can see, reflect beam here to defend against the choppers that come from that direction. Also, choppers come from this direction as well. This reflect beam is mostly to make sure archers don't shoot and sit there and shoot the crystal. You'll notice I got my ores right here, and if you try and build them, you probably won't. I had to take off pretty much all of my gear to get the ores there. So this is the only ore stack that you need to take off gear for. So you'll pretty much have to take it all off to be able to fit it there. The main reason is, if we look underneath here, there's a door right here with dark energy, and well, now we got nice coverage. We'll kill almost all the monsters coming out of there. And I opted not to have a proximity mine trap here, just because these ores should kill everything as they're walking up the stairs if anything chooses to come around the back. Otherwise there'll be ogres there, and well, the harpoon will kind of help deal with them, and the mage. Okay, now let's zoom off to my northeast section. Oops, sorry. I gotta go grab my mana first. So that was our southeast kind of area here. Alright, now I'm experimenting with just 3 archers there, although you might need to do 4 in the future. Okay, right here we've got a nice wall of 4 archers. This has to be approximately in line with, you know, a little bit back from the table. Just make sure it's out of range of the crystal's a big thing. It could be moved a little bit more if you need to, but it's basically to stop all the ogre choppers that come from this direction, as well as they can freely shoot the ogres that are over here. And what you'll notice here is I've got a 4DU wall. Notice how kind of close to the edge here, but make sure it's kind of close to the sign so nothing can sneak through there. And hopefully nothing sneaks through this end. So far I haven't had anything sneak through there. And then we've got a single buff beam there going here for all the archers. We've got a spider who can web the ogres on that wall, and also the ogres who are attacking the minions there. So once again, we're going to upgrade the buff beam, and kind of important now too, I'm going to have to upgrade my physical walls because I have very weak physical walls. And we're also going to get the strength drain ore as well. That's very crucial. And what you'll notice here is I've got a 2DU wall here. Just very few ogres come here, but the odd one does. So the wall is just to stop that odd ogre. Got a harpoon that kind of shoots in this direction. Has to be able to get whatever in that direction. The way I'm pointing is important to be able to get that angle on the one edge, and then whatever else it can catch over there, and it will be able to shoot ogres on this wall, which is nice. I got a archer and a mage here. You can always sell this archer if you need one at the southeast is the idea. And of course, spider trying to web 2 walls. And since you can see the ores don't cover a lot of area here, trash mobs come from there as well as some from here. So we got the proximity mine trap, which you want to upgrade as well just a little bit. well, mine proximity mine traps aren't very high stats, so that's the main reason why I want to upgrade it a bit before starting. Okay, I'm going to be skipping the middle here for just a little bit, even though I'm sure you guys would love to see exactly what's going on. But I'm going to be heading off now to my kind of west crystal, southwest, whatever you want to think. So with this one, basically the first thing you're going to notice here is we got the physical wall coming up these steps. Notice how I hang back quite a bit. Basically, see this little tab right here? You can start your wall on that tab and then 4DU long, or you can potentially try 3DU. But the big thing is I don't want ogres to stand right here and club the wall, because then they can't be hit at by the minions. So I want them to come up here, have to come and range the minions, because minions will keep hitting this railing. It's really, really frustrating, all these railings. Can't shoot through it. Of course, spider beam to hit both ways. Now you'll notice started a buff beam, did at a sharp angle here, so that way I can try and keep this guy right here, these two archers, as far away from that crystal as possible. Put the mage up here, so hopefully it doesn't take too much damage because it's on the buff beam, which I hate doing, but you know. And we got 5 archers here. Since there's no harpoon, we're going lots of archers. And there's choppers that come from that way, so that's why we got the reflect beam the way that we do. Aura stack also is pushed relatively far that way to help deal with the choppers, but you'll notice that Aura stack is able to kill enemies as they're walking up, especially once it's upgraded in size. It'll kill the trash mobs as they walk through here, so pretty much no trash mob make it up here, which is why we don't have to worry. And also same thing, the trash mob that's coming through here will kind of be hit along this whole path, so we don't really need to worry about damage control with proximity mine traps or anything fancy like that. Okay, so once again we're going to be upgrading our strength train auras, and let's go grab this mana now. Okay, and this physical wall takes a lot of damage quite often, so I'm going to actually upgrade it a little bit more than I'd usually upgrade a physical wall. So there we go, and I'm also going to upgrade this buff beam a little bit more, just so I don't have to be in this area right at the very beginning. So it's going to be very, very hard to survive this first wave, if I survive it at all. So. Okay, so now moving on to the middle part of the build. This is where it gets very, very interesting. As you'll see, there's a little tiny secret place that you can put your wall right there, snuggled up, and then you're going to have 5 long, and it's going to come down here, and you're going to want to push it as far this direction as you can, and then as soon as that wall ends, you can put a 4DU buff beam on there, and basically now we've walled in pretty well against any enemies who do come from here, as well as everything that's coming from up this direction. So there we go. As you can see, we've got 4 archers, a spider, and a mage, making a nice wall. And now this one was interesting. I had a few mistakes here, so I've kind of changed it a bit. So you can see starting somewhere right around here and going way over here, and the reason for this is I was having ogres standing here and attacking, and the minions couldn't hit them because of this railing being in the way. I might still end up having problems, which would definitely suck, but you know, this is better than nothing. And of course, I've shoved the buff beam over this way a bit, so before it was like, you know, instead of being right on the edge of the wall, I moved it over this way. It's a 5DU buff. As soon as it ends, we've got a 3DU wall, making a nice tight wall there. This little gap shouldn't be problematic at all because the ogres come here, and they want a path like this, or path straight in towards the minions who are dealing damage. So we've got 4 archers, a mage, and a spider there as well, and they kind of deal with everything that's coming through there that survives, as well as everything that comes here that survives. As you can see though, this area has 2 aura stacks. We've got one roughly about there, and one at the top of steps. This one helps deal with all the choppers and all the trash mobs, making sure they're not getting to the wall. And this one here deals with everything coming from down there, as well as anything coming through this conveyor right there. So that is basically our build. We will finish upgrading, and we'll see if I can survive a wave, because so far I have not been doing too hot at this whole surviving thing. But you know what? Keep trying. Maybe we'll get this. But I have very, very low stats. I think I showed you all of, yes, I showed you all my builder stats. So you should realize they're really not that high. They're definitely a little bit weaker than I'd like them to be for doing up to wave 35 on Insane Survival. But you know, the whole fun is trying to make builds that work really, really well and make up for maybe having slightly lower stats. So, okay. Alright, I haven't done my snare auras, or strength train auras yet. I meant to say not in snare. There we go. And let's go grab the last chest on the map. Should be the last chest. I'm not seeing any millisons. Yep, exactly. That is the last chest. Chester the Molester. There we go. We got the strength trains upgraded properly, and once again, some of the areas that we're not going to be attending to right away, we might want to just, you know, slightly increase the upgrade of a few things there. So in this area, I'm just going to be upgrading a few more things, a little bit of remaining mana, and any mana that's left over, we'll try and upgrade this northeast area. So what we're going to basically do is we're going to start in the middle, and then we're going to run over up to this northeast corner, and then maybe go to the west. Might have to check on south, I really doubt it though. But definitely there's a good chance we'll have to check on that northeast, because it gets, or sorry, that west side after doing the northeast, because it gets hit pretty hard. And I tried to do a little bit of extra upgrading so I can kind of leave it alone, hopefully a little longer. No guarantee, of course. Okay, let's hit G and start it up. And of course, for me, I'm hitting H, not G. You know, I like a keyboard layout that's way better than crap that they usually shut down your throat. My opinion is that it's crap. Okay, so we're gonna upgrade that. Okay, so try and get some mana. Okay, looks pretty good. Now let's kill some of these ogres that are coming in here. Okay, hopefully that stuff will hold long enough now. I come up here, and this wall and this stuff always has a bit of trouble. Okay, now let's try and do a wheel heal all. That's the whole benefit of being on the Jester. You can just heal things from afar. And let's get that wall upgraded specifically, and now we can focus on getting these minions shored up a little bit. And of course, keep a constant eye on that mini-map. That's very important. Oh man, I have no... My genie's not collecting too well. Okay. I think south is okay. Oh man, no it's not. It's definitely not. This area could be better, but oh no, what's happening? I need that wall upgraded so I can go down south. That's a lot of ogres. Oh my, oh my, oh my, that's bad, that's bad. Yeah, he walked around the edge. That was not supposed to happen. That was definitely not supposed to happen. I'm getting close to destruction. Close to death there. Okay, let's try and get a wheel heal all. There we go. Keep everything alive just a little bit longer. Okay, let's check on our north area here. Those physical beams are definitely my biggest weakness. Or most of the... Oh no, I meant to upgrade the buff beam. Oh, the fire was stopping me from upgrading. Okay. I was wondering. Okay, so there we go. What needs help next? Looks like... Whoa, 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 whoa. Wow, that came close to imminent destruction. So this is what happens when your stats are really low. I'm glad I have good cast rate. Although a wheel would be much better, because I see a lot of things getting damaged. Okay, we can't mess that up, so I'll just be very careful there. Messing that one up might have been a little disastrous. I saw a lot of things getting damaged way too much. Okay, that was scary how low those guys got, but I have very, very low stats compared to what I used to play with. And they definitely didn't make survival easy on this map. Not a chance in hell. Okay, just keeping an eye on that mini-map again. Get a wheel heal all in a second here. Playing solo, that's definitely very, very important that you're healing lots regularly. Because you just can't get around to enough of the map fast enough, so... I'm doing pretty well though, this build's holding up, which is, you know, it's not even upgraded, so... And we still have choppers coming, even though it's my first wave of this map. You know, it's my starting wave. They're still sending choppers. It's pretty impressive in my opinion. Oh. Okay. Let's try and get another wheel down. And of course, if you guys are lagging like crazy, make sure your ores aren't too big. So we did a lot of experimenting and we found out that it was just from the ores being too big caused humongous frame drops on this map. Humongous lag. So, as long as I'm keeping my aura size in check, I do really, really well, which is where I want to be. Okay, I think I might end up selling this archer right here, just to put another archer down in the south as I was suggesting. Because it definitely doesn't seem to be as happy as it could be. And we want things to be very happy. Isn't that right? Yes, very happy. So of course there's a few enemies that get weird pathing issues. Oh, where'd the mage go? Really? I don't know where to get that mage. Oh well, he's dead now. But a hard wave, but we made it, so that's really, really exciting. Anyways guys, there's the edition of Tinker's Lab. Hope you guys enjoyed that and hope you guys have some fun in the jungle. And, you know, I'm kind of proud of the fact that I can say, you know, my stats really aren't that great, and look at that, I just beat wave 28. I do have a good DPS though, mind you. I will, you know, and that definitely does help, so.